Hi guys, welcome to the channel. I'm John. It's Fox Pine Outdoors. We're out in the woods again in northern Wisconsin on the Wisconsin National Forest. It's getting towards the middle of February, so it's winter, but it doesn't look like it. Typically this time of year I'm walking around with snowshoes and a foot or more of snow, so this is very crazy. I don't know if it's ever been like this my whole life. 35 or something now. So I got the weekend off. I'm up north and I'm just getting some time in the woods today, taking it nice and easy. Gonna take a walk. About the only thing open for game is snowshoe hare. I was planning on tracking a lot of snowshoe hare this winter, but there's no snow to track. The ground's pretty frozen right now, so there wouldn't be much for them leaving tracks for me to even follow. We got the 22 and a little day pack, and I'm gonna just take a walk here. So I'm just parked on the road behind me. I'm going in, goes down into the swamp, and then I'm gonna, there's what appears to be a little island, a little isolated island in the swamp that's got some tree growth surrounded by kind of a river behind it, and then in this side of it is kind of like a alder, I don't know what you would call it. It's like a boggy lowland with just tall grass clumps and alder. So from what I know, to me it looks like it could be buck bedding. So the goal today is to try to get into there. I don't know how tough it's going to be to travel, but it's cold already. It's been such a warm winter, I didn't expect much, but it's about 25 degrees I think right now. I'm cold, so I'm getting the gloves on, getting this coat buttoned up, and we'll start walking. I'll see if we can see any wildlife. One thing I gotta do right away is stop. I'm in the woods. I have to stop. I have to change my mindset. I have to become one with the forest. No more got somewhere to be, appointments, chores. I gotta stop. I gotta get into the flow. So I'm gonna just stand here or maybe sit on a log and just try to change my attitude. Okay, now I'm in the lower area. You can see I'm getting into cedars. There's some big cedars there. And we're heading out. Looks like alder over there. Took my break. Slowed down. I'm not gonna act like a predator, like a hunter. I'm gonna act more like a deer, just slow moving and watchful. I got no hurry, I got all day. Slow, watch. Shouldn't get too overheated. I shouldn't be breathing too heavy. We'll see how it goes here. These holes in trees and roots are always so eerie. You can't see in them. They're just dark, nothing but black. And you look and look and you can kind of make something out, a little detail, but you don't know what's in there. And your imagination just runs wild with some sort of animal ready to spring out with teeth bared. It's just always the same feeling, like, what if there was something in there just looking at me and I'm like walking right up to it. That's part of the wild. These cedar trees are just amazing. There's a tree here that's dying on the ground, and one of the branches basically grew into a trunk and became its own tree. This is just incredible. You can see the trunk, the one growing vertical, is bigger than the original one that fell over. These cedars just grow up. They grow. They're always crooked, like they rip the ground out and just bend towards the sky. Somebody chopped this across with that axe. Pretty surprised to see that. I mean, it's kind of a trail on the edge of that open lowland there. So, I don't know. I gotta keep following this. Maybe another 100 yards west before I cut across that open part to get to my island. I had a fox come through camp this morning. That was pretty crazy. It's probably the best footage I'm gonna have for you. So I'll show you guys that, but I was just in the bedroom getting my stuff ready to come out here, and I could see out the window, oh, there's a fox coming down the road. It went right across the front yard. I got some pretty good footage of it moving. It just hardly stopped. Those things are so, the way those predators just trot and prowl, it's just incredible. You gotta be on them the second you see them, because you got no hesitation they'll be gone. So if you're shooting with a camera or with a firearm or a bow, you gotta be no hesitation. That's pretty cool. I'll show you guys. I'll have to cut the audio out because I was listening to my Western music, so I'll get copyright problems if I play that. When you're out in the woods in the cold, your nose just runs and you don't want to snort and sniff loud. So what you do is you take your bare fingers, you squeeze all the snot out, you flick as much off as you can, and then you wipe it on your pants. And that's all you can do. And then when you go back to the city, you catch yourself doing the same thing, and it's disgusting. It's like, oh, I just pulled a bunch of snot. So this is pretty cool. There's definitely a pretty good trail running just along the edge of this stuff. You can see it comes right here. You just gotta poke my head on the other side of this brush. I should be able to see the trees. I gotta check my map. It's either over here or over there. Okay, that's my potential buck bedding. That grove of trees. So, the river goes around those trees, and then comes back this way. There's this grassy area in between here, and that's just a little isolated patch of trees, separated by a river on the opposite side of me, and this grassland in front of me. So I was thinking this would be a good isolated buck bedding. So I'm gonna scout this little patch out and see if I can find any beds. That would be great, because then I could set up. The wind comes from the opposite side of me, typically from the creek, so they would sit and watch this way, and their escape would be I'm hoping when they get out of their bed or something jumps them, if they get scent of something, they'll move this direction. And then I can set up just in here, just out of sight, out of sound, and maybe get a hit on them. So I was looking for trails, right? This is a good trail. They could easily use that in a pinch. Come right down through here. Boom. They could be pretty far pretty quick. So it's definitely a hill. It actually goes pretty high up here. I'm gonna take a look at the peak, but I'm seeing some droppings, old and various ages. I haven't found any beds yet. I'm gonna kind of keep just crawling around this, and I really hope I can find a bed. We'll see. Yeah, this goes up higher, way higher than I expected. I thought it'd be just like a 5-foot, 10-foot elevation climb, and it's going up. It's gotta be 20 feet, if not more. I don't know how to judge that distance, but it's twice as high as I expected. Cool little knob. And there was a trail going. I found trails too. The peak is a huge boulder. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. There's a cliff. I've never seen anything like this in Wisconsin, up here in these Northwoods. There's a cliff here. There's a freaking wolfscat. Right here would be a good spot for. This is just incredible. I'm gonna fall and die. Freaking Danger Rock. No winter, it's all icy. This is crazy. I did not expect this. I wanna go around the bottom of it. See if there's any cave bears. A prehistoric cave bear. This is cool. I can see the creek. This is the coolest rock I've ever found. Just massive. It's like the Canadian Shield. Oh. I don't see no cave dens. just majestical. Okay, onward. So, no beds. I didn't find anything. We got just a light dusting of snow last night. So there's no bare ground anywhere. It would be, I think it would be tough to see the bed right now. But, I mean, I crawled all over this area. I didn't see anything. I would probably see it if I was right on top of it. So, maybe it's just where I think the deer are and not where they actually are. Alright, I'm gonna cross back. I got the opening in front of me. Make a little circuit around the patch of alder and see if there's any other trails coming towards this island. And then I'll hit my main trail along the edge of that swamp. I think I just saw something move in this brush pile. I'm going in. I just shot at a snowshoe from like 8 yards. It was just buried looking at me. But I missed because I ran off. I'm gonna stick on it. I saw it. I saw it again over there. Can't get close to it now. had that snowshoe right in front of me and I blew the shot. It must have ricocheted or I flinched. I don't know. I probably flinched. I probably jerked the trigger. It's going around in this stuff. It's so thick. I jumped it like 2 or 3 times, but I can't see it anymore. I think I'm gonna call it. Fair chase is over. This one goes to the snowshoe. I failed that. Be hungry tonight. I wish there was snow I could track. That's the whole point of what I wanted to do this winter, was track snowshoes and learn how to track better. Those are supposed to be a good thing to practice on. I don't know. It's in this stuff, but if I go crashing through there, it's just staying so far ahead of me. There's no way to be quiet. I did see something move though. That first time I thought I saw something. It looked dark, but it was just in shadow. I'm still struggling to process what just happened. I don't know how I missed. I did everything right. I did better than I've ever done. And it still failed. I don't know if it hit, if it deflected, or what. I can see it. I can see it in my mind's eye. That shot. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna stop. My thought would be, I go back to where I first saw it. From what I've read, they circle, and I am tracking myself, and it's made about a half circle right now. So I don't want to just. I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna learn my lesson. Take the lesson that was given, and walk away from the snowshoe. Thank him for what he's taught me, but I'm not sure what that is yet. I'm still trying to process what I just did and why it was wrong. That was intense. I just balled up under this brush, just looking right at me, all white. Little white blob with eyes looking right at me. I got a long way to go before I'm a skilled woodsman, I guess. Please don't leave your homemade stands in trees indefinitely and abandon them like this. It's chained on around there, and you can see how much the tree's just grown over it. This is homemade junk they just abandoned. Just jumped too gross out of this area. Man, I can't get over that snowshoe. Perfect shot, perfect miss. I don't know. I understand that's part of it, but man, it doesn't feel good. I'm back on the high ground here. Just gotta go up to the top and hit the road and get back to the truck. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. It was a good adventure out here today. 99.9% of it went perfect. One mistake for 1 second. But I know that's the way it goes. Just need more experience in general. Experience doing it right, experience doing it wrong. That's why I'm out here. There's only one way to learn, and that's to do it. So give me a like, subscribe, appreciate it, comment. Any I welcome advice, any advice or tips or whatever you guys want to let me know. Go for it. I'm open-minded. I'm all ears. So, all right, it's time to get back to camp and get some camp steaks. Is that what they call it? Get some hot dogs for lunch. We'll see you later.